On Earth, I was helping Commander Riker and the search party find Cochrane. I had read what I could and was taking a break. I met up with Will, and he said he was making his way to a local bar to see if he can learn anything. On the way, I helped some people clear out some debris and other things. As we got closer to the bar, I could hear music that was getting louder as we got closer. In fact, it was getting very loud as we got closer. When we were standing outside, I looked in and was a little puzzled to see Deanna Troi sitting there. Will called out her name, but with the loud music, she could not hear him. I was standing right next to him, and I could barely hear him. We got closer and tried again, with the same result. I shouted as loud as I could, "Counselor Troi!" When she again did not respond, Will bent down and turned off the loud music. When it was off, it was almost deathly quiet, and I heard, Then a bottle hit the column next to me, and Will and myself covered our face to fend off the glass. I looked up to see a drunk guy walking toward us. He slurred out, "Who are these jerks?" Will dropped the thing that had turned off the music. Who told them they could turn off my music? Nana turned around and introduced us. Will Riker, Jonathan Dibble. This is Zephyrin Cochrane. I could not believe it. This drunk guy, who could barely stand, was the man who invented warp travel for all of humankind? He walked over and asked if we were friends. Deanna said yes. Then he asked if she was married to either one of us. I raised an eyebrow for all of this, and when he asked if Will was her husband, he actually smirked. Deanna said no, and Cochrane smiled and said, "Good." He grabbed her glass that was still half full and dumped it all out. Now this Dina, and what sounded like the 100th time she corrected him, "Deanna!" Ignoring her, he used his teeth to open another bottle and poured each of them a glass of liquid. This is the good stuff. I tried to stop him by saying his name, but he shushed me. He raised his glass in a toast, and Deanna followed suit. "To the Phoenix. May she rest in peace." They each took a drink, Cochrane downing his in one gulp, and Deanna sipping hers. The result was the same. They both started gagging. Cochrane looked at the bottle and said that was not so good, and threw the bottle over her shoulder, breaking it on the ground. Still coughing, she said that we needed to tell him the truth. I was having none of it. It was bad enough that 24th century people were working on the Phoenix, and a mid-21st century one was in sickbay. Add to that fact that I may still need to pilot the Phoenix, I was not about to violate the Prime Directive, or the Temporal Prime Directive, which is the same as the regular Prime Directive, only deals with time travel, and I've already had one visit from temporal agents this month, anymore. I said, "We tell the truth, the timeline," and she said to me, "Timeline? This is no time to argue about time. We don't have the time." She flipped her hair, looked at us, then asked, "What was she saying?" Commander Riker pointed out that she was drunk. She gasped at that. She was like, "I am not," and I said, "Yes, you are." Then she started to defend herself. "Look, he would not even talk to me unless I had a drink with him. Then it took 3 shots of something called tequila just to find out he was the one we were looking for. And I spent the last 20 minutes trying to keep his hands off me." Then she used her finger to emphasize the next sentence. "So don't go criticizing my counseling techniques." Not being able to help myself, I could not help but laugh when I said sorry. She tried to get out of her chair, and I helped her because she was unsteady on her feet. It's a primitive culture. She did try to elbow me, but I helped her to a chair with a table next to it. "I'm just trying to blend in." Riker said she was blended all right. I already told him our cover story. He didn't believe me. I got serious. We're running out of time. If we told him the truth, will he be able to handle it? I looked up and watched Cochrane as he was about to turn the music back on. "If you're looking for my professional opinion as ship's counselor, he's nuts." Riker smirked and said he would note that in his log. Then the music came back on, even louder than last time. I heard a thud and looked over to see that Deanna had collapsed on the table. I rubbed my head and realized that this was going to be a long night.